Crazy,
Hey,
man.
Boken, what does red mean?
It's bad. Stop. Don't do
What
it.
does green mean?
Means go.
Go.
So when you're at a stoplight, what do you do until you see the green light?
California, stop it.
Shut up!
Fuck!
Hit the music.
Is there actually a music button, or am I just fucked up? Do you mean?
No, I just said it.
Please, something through the mic. Something.
You said.
Hurry up! You're letting out the cold. You're letting out the hot air.
Just go.
I just want to say that.
Just go.
All right. Whatever.
Just go.
Go! Operation Stop This!
We had no equipment check, and we're just going with no parachutes.
By the way, you left your parachute on the plane.
Oh fuck! I'm dead.
See, I have an exosuit. That'll surely protect me from the fall damage of a jump at 30,000 feet, right?
Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, it negates fall damage, so yes.
I have a water bucket.
I got a boat.
Bearing halo jump.
I just pressed V and, no clip.
SV Cheats is not enabled on this server, sorry.
Go.
It's a
Put
Gary
it on your
Mod
mask, I'll pull it back up
server.
for you.
Let's go.
Go.
This is cool.
You can see how old this map is because the fact that it has like the really old Lucky 13 logo, and the fact that we still have some of the Ghost and fucking whatever the fuck
And the
they were called
Disavowed?
from Resident Evil models. Oh yeah,
the
and
old,
the Disavowed.
the old SCP models, the OG fucking SCPs.
Yep.
And then one of my favorite pictures we ever took. That was some good shit. That was some good shit.
Kickflip.
That is indeed some good
backwards.
shit, if
Full
I may
pound.
say so myself.
Anywho. Everyone, take a seat on the couch.
Oh yeah.
I take the couch. This is the desktopy couch. Fuck you.
Desktop schnubs. I'm gonna sit in front of you because like you're just gonna do that. So.
Sit on her lap.
No, no,
Be
get on
funny.
the floor, and that way she can use you as a footrest.
There you go.
What the fuck, bro?
You should use this already.
You know what? Sure, man. Whatever.
Fucking of you.
I don't think she is.
Alright,
I
so
think she's actually doing.
I'm gonna go over like the base ground like L13 stuff because like I've literally had like 8 people ask me. So if I tell a whole bunch of people all at once, I don't have to keep repeating myself.
Okay, I'll repeat it for you.
Alright. So I'll give you a brief introduction of what we really originally started as, and then I'll move into like what we currently are. So for those who don't know, I try to hide this fact sometimes, but unfortunately, it's got to be known. Lucky 13 was originally part of the SCP Discord. I know, absolute tragedy. I want you to know that you guys did that in sync.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Look, it's just one brain cell that floats, and then if it hits a corner, locked in.
So anywho, we were originally part of like the NU7 portion of the SCP Discord. The originals were people like me, Volk, which a lot of you have no idea what the fuck that is, but just roll with it. Me, Volk, Tanuki, who at the time went by Johnny. There was Shad, which a lot of you guys probably have no idea who the fuck that is either. There was Whiskey, Charlie, and then there was Dark Assassin. We were original founding members per se. And essentially all we were really supposed to be was a Black Hawk crew. And long story short, we had some disagreements with the members of SCP, and we split into our own group, which is ironic because that's what they thought we were trying to do, and that's not what we were trying to do at all. And then they pushed us into doing the thing that they thought we were doing. How ironic.
Sorry,
So
I'm
we
gonna
had
mute.
we had like a solid 2 years of doing shit, and we never really had any like concrete lore. We kind of just bullshitted shit as we went along. So we kind of got to a point where a lot of the lore was conflicting and all that kind of shit. So that's what originally ended up leading into the whole like restructuring. At the time, the person who technically owned the server and all that was Johnny Tanuki. And then me and Volcarvis were the ones that were actually doing like the main shit. So then it switched to me doing everything, and a good portion of people ended up leaving or whatever, and that's what led me into joining the lab unit server and just kind of combining, because we eventually got to a point where 80% of the people who were in the Lucky 13 Discord were also in the lab unit Discord, and then trying to make people like communicate and all that shit between two different Discords was a pain in the ass. A lot easier if you just combined into the same Discord. Alright, now to the actual background lore. So, in case if you guys haven't managed to piece it together, the L13 universe is currently separated from the lab unit universe. Two separate dimensions. I know, kind of a cop-out, but whatever. If you guys also didn't notice, I added a channel that has most of what I'm about to talk about in that channel. So if you want to read along, fantastic. I'm not going to read it verbatim, though. So essentially, we have a universe where the SCP Foundation existed, and they were fucking around with some shit, and what originally started off as being really sparse events of weird shit going on suddenly became a lot of weird shit going on. And then the whole SCP Foundation kind of became public knowledge and all that kind of shit. And you can imagine, for the world leaders and stuff that weren't privy to this knowledge, they were a little bit upset by this. So, being kind of left out of something that could have potentially destroyed the entire world as they know it, they started questioning the authority of, NATO, Russia, etc., and that kind of ended up creating a breakdown of allies and defense pacts, and every kind of thing went to shit. And just imagine a World War III scenario while also being attacked by the fucking peanut statue on the top of it, because you still had the fucking like separation between, anomaly shit being broken down at the same time too. Fast forward some time of some fuck shit happening. You have a situation where Russia, being the outstanding individuals that Russia is known for being, once again deciding, let's start fucking around with shit we don't really understand, and we're going to put as little money into safety concerns as humanly possible. Very on brand. So, the U.S., being the collective spy globe that it is, sends a joint task force of a group of specialized personnel nicknamed You following?
Lucky 13!
Yeah.
I thought you wanted
There you go.
Oh, please.
Put the hands back down. Just put the hands.
Okay.
Alright. So you have a joint task force or whatever, basically a bunch of...
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
God!
Joint task force, basically, you know, the stereotypical we don't exist on paper kind of scenario. So they go into this research facility where essentially Russia's trying to take the energy from the original, like, terror in the universe, make their own, and then siphon that energy for unlimited power. Needless to say, wasn't going very well. And in the part of Lucky 13 going in to kind of really figure out what was going on, oops, we we might have accidentally started the experiment before it was really ready to happen, and may have started the complete and total destruction and merging of several universes. Our bad. Conveniently, though, there's a nuclear silo on the test site. So, you know, just a little bee-boo-boo-bop. So that managed to stop that from happening. Unfortunately, you know, nuclear detonation in the middle of Russian territory, you know, Russia's kind of like, yo, bro, what the fuck? And the U.S. is going to be, because, you know, Lucky 13 doesn't exist on paper. Don't know what happened. Not us. Definitely not us. But with the increasing friction and wars and conflicts going on, and then plus the nuclear detonation, plus the whole, like, you know, accidentally almost starting a another Armageddon with the whole tearing open realities things, which that part was kind of kept on the down low. A group coalition was then formed with the leaders of the world, and they decide, okay, here's the deal. We're all going to follow in Japan's footsteps here and basically just have defense forces for our own territory. And if we have disputes with anyone else, we're going to be using private militaries. That way, the whole production scale of military conflicts and conquests greatly becomes scaled down, and hopefully we don't blow each other up to up to the kingdom comes. Which is fine. If it wasn't for the fact that, just like Japan, we're going to skirt around this as much as humanly possible. Because, you know, if we form a PMC company with our own personnel, but they're still on paper a PMC company, then we'll invade anyone who we want. But, you know, we'll see how that plays out in the future. So, anywho, needless to say, after detonating a nuclear blast, most members of Lucky 13 were incinerated, never to be seen again, with a few surviving members, such as the commander of L13, and surviving. So after a few years of, you know, sitting and drinking his life away, some of the surviving members of Lucky 13 managed to convince the current commander of L13 to get into the whole PMC business. And now the commander of L13 sits in the background trying to advise his sergeants, his other lieutenants, and whatnot into making as much money as possible without being completely and totally immoral about it. But at the end of the day, if it pays money, we'll do it. And in terms of, what the L13 commander looks like, I'm not telling you. Just imagine the XCOM guy standing in the backgrounds going, "Greetings, Commander," and he just sits in his Oval Office doing this motion all day. Any questions so far?
No, I
Cool.
got none at the moment myself.
I was hoping that this was very straightforward. Oh,
That's very
yes, Clark.
straightforward.
The only thing that I'm wondering is like, the whole what the fuck? Okay, it's gone. I'm sorry. It's actually just fucking gone. I'm not smoking today. I don't know what the fuck that was. It's gone.
I'm assuming
no
you're
idea where the
wondering
question
about the
went.
whole like merging thing.
Yes. Yes.
That technically has both already happened and not happened. Let me elaborate.
So
obviously,
for instance,
had.
Could I ask in the sense of like my character Tuft, right? Let's say he's been in lab for like 5 years. Around that period, like that 5 years, or like our like actual 2 years, like that time frame would be the time that we're technically the Jesus Christ, the merge had happened. Would it be roughly like during the beginning of most of our stuff, because you
communicate a little bit more with Lab about it, but I would say that the merge probably happened. I'm gonna say somewhere around.
We're like 2040. We're like 2040.
I would
right
say
now,
somewhere around
2045.
like a year or so before the whole chasing shadow shit happens.
Okay, so the chasing shadows is happening like that. The chasing shadows is actually the newest and most up to date of our lore, I believe.
Correct.
Like that is the most updated version of our lore. Jurassic Park was way in the 90s, way before the merge.
Correct. Which is why there's not really any actual L13
It's
members
just
in there.
so hard to. We always do shit where we're bouncing around a lot, and this is why it gets confusing for at least me, and I'm sure other people get confused about it too.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily, the way I'm doing things is a lot more straightforward, and essentially it's this. If it's been any sort of current, like, joint op thing or something like that, where we kind of just, do whatever, or some sort of, like, mainline lab unit thing, like a Hawk Initiative, or Chasing Shadows, or I forgot what you named your series, I'm sorry, but the thing that Yamota's been doing, then,
Australian contract, I would just call it.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Contract.
It's all pending, but the theme is all about rain.
That's more of current events kind of thing. Now,
flowing down under.
The L13 specific campaign we just did, Operation Blood Red, that is pre-merge, as in before we had our whole scenario happen with the universe. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having a couple of series and events that I had done previously. So that way I can, one, not going to lie to you, it's halfway, so I can give myself some more time to prepare shit for the actual merging of things. And two, it's so I can take some previous things that L13 has done and then kind of rewrite them in a way that'll actually work with the shit that's going on right now. Because as it stands right now, L13 has like 2 years plus of like content that's just gone, obliviated, Thanos snapped, never to be seen again. And that doesn't sit very well for me, even though I know it would work out for the better. So I'm taking this as an opportunity to try to fit them in. Like, for example, other than Sark and Nocturnal, and I guess technically Musket may know too. None of you guys will have any idea who the fuck I'm talking about if I mention a Dr. Hayden.
Nope.
Is he
No
dead?
idea.
Exactly. I'm
Don't
if
answer that.
Volk ever becomes
I don't know
more
either.
it was
Oh, that's
that
right.
guy
It's
that
Volk's
Volk
character. Yeah. Fuck.
if Volk kind of it yes and no. It's based on him of course, but it's not actually him.
Well, it's a character.
One of the higher
his.
ups in L13, Volk, he had this whole
Samuel
character called
Saden.
Dr. Hayden. He was essentially like either an AI or a person who's uploaded his consciousness to like a supercomputer, kind of like the actual Hayden. That was kind of his own entity faction who used like sentinels and all that kind of shit. And he was essentially the man in the chair in the background who wasn't necessarily pro L13, but he wasn't against L13 either. It just so happens that his interests and Lucky 13's interest lined up on several occasions, and I'm going to be honest, we kind of used him as a MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when L13 did its like rearranging or whatever, Volk wasn't. He probably isn't going to be. I'm going to be honest. He stepped away. He didn't want to do the shit anymore, and I didn't want to start deciding shit for that character. So as of right now, the whole Dr. Hayden character shelf, put on ice. If Volk ever comes back, I'll figure something out. If not, then he will just be a distant memory of a time long gone. But it's like stories and shit like that I want to figure out a way to actually introduce to the timeline so that way it actually makes sense. So, well, it's snowing outside. It's not raining. The next, the current event series that I'm going to be doing is going to be loosely based, well, not loosely, it's going to be extremely based on essentially the first main campaign that I did for L13 to begin with, involving a lot of chemical and biological weapon shit with, of course, some hidden bullshit going on in the background. Someone like Saber, Nocturnal, probably know exactly what I'm referring to, but I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible so you guys don't get spoiled. Well, it's less drugs and more of motherfuckers working on T-virus kind of scenario.
Let's go.
But yeah, there's a couple of franchises that I'm basing it off of, like with some influences from things like Resident Evil. There's one franchise that it's heavily based off of, but I'm not telling you what it is because then it'll give it away. That being said, when some people start seeing the enemies and stuff, you'll probably know exactly what franchise it's based on. But I'm gonna keep that shit close to my heart as long as I can. Anywho, the models for that stuff I have to do some updating to, but the actual creatures are pretty much already good to go, so I don't need to really worry about that. Now then, as to what happened after the end of Blood Red. Pretty much, as a recap, we go in, we were supposed to find out, shit relating to, the mysterious circumstances of a politician's offspring dying. Well, turns out that he had some sort of drug overdose, and he basically went suicide and pulled the realm of death by cop. Now, the reason why that sucks really bad in this scenario, because the cops in this scenario are not normal police. There is essentially military police that will proceed to break your fucking shins the moment you step out of line. Hence why I was using the Genro guys as the stand-ins for this, because one, I'm a narcissist, and any chance I can use to use my own models, I'm going to take it. And two, and let's be honest, the sewer scenes were pretty badass. Anywho. End result, we meet we meet Santiago. We find out that there are vampires involved. We found out that that drug is essentially synthesized form of vampire blood, and the fact that this kind of scenario had happened in the past. So,
This is just for her, by the way. I don't want to interrupt you speaking, by
I
the
see.
way.
And long story short, we kill the bad guy. We lose men in the process. Santiago. Oh, wrong hand. Gets his revenge, and we all move happily ever after.
Mhm.
Or do we? Now we're fine for now. So Santiago's taking his leave. He'll go out and kill more vampires somewhere else. He may or may not make a return. He may or may not have his own counterpart in the lab unit universe. Don't know. I'll pull that out of my ass when I need to. That being said, have any questions about this so far?
No, it's still pretty straightforward.
Cool. Oh,
If by a chance, can I continue playing as the Rondo? That shit's my favorite part. Playing as
who?
the Rondo, the fucking John Doe. My bad. I'm dyslexic as fuck. The fucking model that you made way back when.
Oh,
Gallon
you're
gun
so
one
stuck in your head.
Listen, brother, I'm retarded. All right, shut up.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
You know what? Just I'm gonna go make protein shake. Do you think?
Also, double mic. Like a motherfucker.
Whatever. I'm gonna kill myself real quick.
Maybe.
All right, time to make a hunk L13 character.
I mean, I already have a model for it.
Let's go.
Anywho. Like I said, we're doing that first, and also in case people don't know, I'm also doing a like a side branch story that's related to Chasing Shadows that may or may not be more important to Chasing Shadows 2 later, and that's going to be based on another video game franchise that I hold close and dear to my heart that Musket knows a lot about, and he's probably not going to tell you anything.
Hearts of Iron
And it'll
4?
be really funny. Be really funny
it the one-
to watch you guys all die horrible deaths. The way I'm basically putting it is the next Chasing Shadows things that I'm doing is either going to be significantly easier or 3 times harder. There's going to be no in between. We'll see how it goes. Yes. Like,
Is it based off the event that you requested me to help out for in the past? Back when you were
I'm
in
not
the other server?
answering you.
Gotcha.
You'll find out.
Gotcha.
All I'm saying is, I hope you guys know how to mine minerals. Because if you don't have enough supply
It is,
depots,
son.
Rock and stone!
It is.
Okay.
Oh, God.
now then. We're going to go into the vehicle portion of this. So I'm going to take us to a bigger, like, wide open map so we can, get a good feel on vehicles. And be aware that I'm probably going to slightly update some stuff relating to these going on in the future. But you'll learn how to use a ground vehicle. You should be able to use most of the other ones. Because the way I make them is very similar to how Scully makes them, very similar to how Dark makes them. And honestly, from some of the stuff that I've seen you guys use in Wiferware, in terms of at least how it functions, how the controls work, are fairly similar. Now, how you get to that point might be different, but I digress. Likewise, you use one of the helicopters.
No, they
That
commission new
doesn't
vehicles
surprise
now.
me.
I think I've used the hind once, the hand puppet.
Well, that's the one that's going to be different, because that was before I really.
I can't do
Oh,
helicopters
hello?
to save my fucking life. Be real.
Okay, that was the one I made before Scully like worked on his system, and then I modified Scully's system. Yeah. Took off my jacket, so give me a second. I had to grab my controllers again. These are the wrong
Blockhead.
controllers. Okay. So then, before we go do the vehicle things, I do have a question for you guys. Since a lot of
what's
you
up?
guys were involved with the Chasing Shadows event,
Someone's getting raped over there.
would you guys prefer that I start trying to do the side branch of Chasing Shadows as soon as possible? Or do you want me to let it lie for a bit and then you guys go into it?
Let
Dude,
it
take your
simmer.
time. Let it ferment.
Let it
Let it
cook.
ferment. We just had probably one of the best ops, and trying to go straight back into that would be fucking like just awful. Not only that,
Okay.
it's like a
I'll
lot
give
of
it a
work
couple weeks
and
then.
mental fortitude. I'd give it like a month or two. Genuinely.
Okay. Then maybe I'll start doing that when I start doing the L13 stuff too. That'll give me time to do that. Alrighty. Secondly, I have I've on and off done some firewall stuff, and I didn't really get a real good answer from when I did it the first time. Several of you were there for the Gundam firewall event thing that I did. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Do you want a second one to that? Because I have the shit to do a second one, but well, there's no point in me doing the Resident Evil firewall, because essentially what I'm about to do is it's going to be very similar to Resident Evil. Obviously, the creatures are going to be different, but in terms of how that's going to work is going to be very similar. So again, do we want another one of those, or
Sure.
would you rather me
Give
work
Daddy
on
another.
something else?
I'm down for like a
I'm
part
good for
2 of that
whatever.
video game thing. It was actually pretty fun.
Cool. Alrighty then. Let us go to another map and we'll do our vehicle training.
Toyota.
That is on a list of things to try doing. It's just the Armor Core models are extremely annoying to deal with.
Titanfall.
Dude,
Titanfall.
trying to get shit out for Strider's
There's really a
model,
lot of
bro?
polygon- Ooh.
Well, it's the fact that they
They
use
run
a
on
whole
their
bunch
own
of
IK
layers and
system, too.
materials and all that kind of shit. Like, honestly, the IK shit, that's not even that big of a deal, because worst case scenario, you can just make your own fucking shit, and since all of it's like hard metal and stuff, you don't have to blend weights, anything. You just go, this, move with this. But I digress. Let's see. Where do I want to go for vehicle training?
What? Hey, Tigan made a new world, RP downtown. If you want to make it urban.
I literally got
Isn't
to save
RP
him from.
downtown
Don't say those
just a
things.
dark RP bullshit?
It
Yes.
is. It was made
So he just
specifically
made his own
'cause
version of that.
Yeah,
May as
yeah.
well, dude. Yeah.
I think it ported over like a
Just
very popular version of that.
Where is it? Where is it?
Look, I can appreciate good maps, okay?
So when are we doing like the Lab L13 sponsored Dark Mod RP? Gary's going Dark Mod RP.
Look, alright, I already offered. I literally said, if you want Gmod, you let me know, and it's done.
Do what?
It, like
Do it,
when
do
I
it.
go to fucking crank it back to reload it, it just automatically fires no matter what sometimes.
Then you must be accidentally triggering fist.
Oh. Probably my fat
Yeah,
fucking
I don't use fizz
fingies.
bones. I fucking detest fizz bones because they always fuck up on me.
It's not fizz bones, it's that my fat fucking fingies are going over on the A and B buttons, bro.
His fingies.
You know, that'd be how it is sometimes.
gotta wash
That'd be
your
how
guns.
it is sometimes. Oh god, I broke
Bless
my
you.
menu.
You missed.
Alright, you know what? I've used this map in the past, and it has a lot of areas that we can do this shit in, so we're gonna go to Atom Punk. Can I help you?
I think you stole your suppressor.
You say the word, I'll blow them up.
Are you guys selling Lucky 13 merch by any chance?
You know, I did think about trying to make an L13 patch for people who do airsoft.
Make a Black Hawk plushie, please. That'd be really funny.
As we could a little memorable item.
Down the stairs, go, go, go.
A patch would be cool though, Dangle. It would be cool.
I'm not in yet. Why is it not? Let me in.
Is that a sponge?
That's an idea for an
actually
attachment.
cleans a gun with this prefab.
Don't laugh at Infinity's work.
Prefabs.
Oh my god, you actually got a sponge.
Red Dead 2 cleaning mechanics.
What is he? I can't see him.
Oh, ye of little faith.
So how do you manage to travel long distances in an avatar like that and make it look natural?
Practice.
Getting the hind to be using the newer system, so I'm not even going to bother showing you the hind because it's going to be changed out with the newer system in the first place. Instead, I'm going to show you guys probably the little bird because it's the smallest one out of them all and the least complicated. So let me switch to the little bird. And actually, here's one thing I'll have you guys do. Go to your sound settings and lower your avatar volume to like 25% or lower. Because when we all get inside this thing, it's about to be extremely fucking loud.
Hey, there. Time to load it.
I will simply be recording.
Okay. Okay, I'm loaded. Cloning should be on. When you load in, you'll notice that you're still sitting on the ground, but if you look up, you'll have the little bird on your right hand. Luckily, using a system that Scully designed, where you deliberately break IK joints, you get this smoothing effect without using dynamic bones or fizz bones, so it's a lot more accurate in terms of where it's actually placed. Now then, since this is a little bird, you'll have to toggle weapons to actually use any of the guns, because that gets rid of the sideboards on it and replaces it with a missile pod and miniguns. And for the miniguns and like the hydras, it's essentially a case of whatever you're pointing at is where it shoots. Oh. I think either the colliders on this are confusing it. Yeah, I think the colliders... Oh man, did I really fuck that up? Or is this... Well, let me switch to the Black Hawk. Because I think I may have fucked up the collider. Because I just updated these to add colliders to the thing, so that way you guys can actually shoot at them better. But I think the ones on yeah, so the hydras work, but that one doesn't. Okay. Work. Cool. Yes. Alright. I'll go back to. All right. So essentially, the way it works is wherever the fucking the helicopter's pointing, of course, is where the missiles are going to go. Now then, there are certain weapons on some of these helicopters that are going to, you know, have like tracking, give or take. And what I typically tend to do is if it's any sort of like missile or like a turret pod or something that has like aiming capabilities to it, I'll have it aim with your left hand. So that way you can have the helicopter facing in different directions from where the missile or the turret pod is going. Now here's the more important thing. The landing. Here's how I have the landing set up. When you activate landing, the helicopter will freeze in the air, and then when you turn off landing, it will land at your feet wherever you are standing. If I haven't moved the reticule, like the aiming helper thing on some of the other helicopters yet, I'll do so at some point in the near future. So now that it's landed or whatever, you can have people load up or whatnot. And if you go into the thing that's called heli options, if you turn on seats, that'll turn on the actual chairs so people can land on them. And that'll also be able to do things like turn off the blinking running lights, go invisible, and you'll see something called mute distant weapon sounds, mute close engine sounds. VRChat has a limit on the amount of sounds that you can play at one time to 3. So, for example, if you're going to be doing something where the players are going to see a helicopter from a distance, then mute the close engine sounds because you're going to be up in the sky other than the distant sounds of the engines. You don't need anything else. If you're going to be doing something where the players are going to be directly on the helicopter, then you can mute the distant weapon sounds because the players are at the helicopter. They don't need to hear the distant sounds of the weapons. Alrighty, so if you go in the landing and then you hit the takeoff button, it'll take a second and then the thing will naturally go back to your hand. If you hit the crash button, it'll automatically start crashing and then land at your feet wherever you're standing when you actually crash. And then, of course, when you take it off, you're back in the air again. Fairly self-explanatory. Does anyone have any questions about this before we move on to anything else?
Nope, all clear to me.
Cool. I'm going to be running some more optimization patches with like the guns and whatnot. I already ran one with the like ground effects and greatly diminished how much of it is there, which seems to have worked because until people start shooting guns, we can have like 5 of these helicopters without me losing too many frames. If anyone remembers the Project K community event, you remember how bad it was when we had like 4 of the helicopters there.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
the helicopters?
And as a quick test, Sark, could you aim at my helicopter right now and give it a good shoot so I know the collider's working properly? You should be able to shoot directly on it. Yep, we're good.
Yep, let me reload.
So that should make it easier to tell when you're being hit and whatnot in the future. Alrighty then, everyone go back to normal avatars. We're going to be going to vehicles. Oh, ground vehicles.
It does the little bounce. I didn't notice that.
I just saw an issue with the avatar angle.
What's that?
If you're moving forward too fast and firing the guns, the bullets will hit you. Or the helicopter.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If you're actually like shooting shit, you're probably not going to be flying forward too fast.
Fair enough.
Get out of the road.
Sark, you have ran over a small feral cat negative brownie points. Alrighty then. This is your guys' Goliath. It's supposed to be essentially like an unmanned version of something like an APC, and is going to work very similar to how I make my shit, because I believe this is something that Tanuki made, right?
I think so.
Well,
Yeah, it should be.
yeah. Whatever. So I'm going to teach you guys how to use, I guess the Abrams, the Abrams X that I made, because that's the most complicated one, and if you can learn how to use that, then in theory, anything else you should also be able to learn. So, if you guys want, you can raise your avatar sounds back up, because we're not going to be listening to 40,000 angry bees in the air anymore, and I will switch to the Abrams. As a side point for anyone who's in an L13 avatar, you'll notice that my vehicles have a nice little IFF on them, which should help significantly with, I don't know, teams not shooting down my fucking helicopters in the future. So, alrighty then. Oh, I am small and tiny. Alright. So, the way almost all of these vehicles work is essentially the entire tank is on a world object that gets turned off when you start moving. So you'll have a lot of situations when you first spawn into the avatar where the tank is just like 40 feet off in some random direction. That's fine. You literally just need to move forward, and then it'll fix the problem. Okay. So, one thing to remember with tanks or any vehicle, you are heavy. You have a turning radius, which means I don't want to see people just doing skirt, skirt, skirt. This is an arcade in War Thunder. So the way it works is the tank will face basically in whatever direction you are moving, except if you are facing backwards, in which case it will straighten up again so you can just go into reverse. Oh, my bad, dog. Alrighty. So I'm gonna show you guys the one feature that'll probably make you guys get really sick ahead of time, so you can decide if you like using it or not. If you go to in the menu and you go to weapons and you see a thing called gunner sight, you turn it on, you'll get like an overlay reticule of where the main gun is facing. And then you can also use the radial menu and zoom it in. Or if you just use the guns by holding finger point when you have the gun selected and then doing fist when you actually shoot it, then you can just use an aiming reticule. No one else can see it except you. There's also, on a lot of vehicles, you will have some sort of like top-mounted gun of some description. I have that set to aim with your left hand, so that way you can aim independently of wherever the turret is facing. And then, of course, if you have a coaxial like the M240 on this, it's still attached to the turret, so it just aims wherever the turret is facing. And then this tank also has the ability to have night vision and mag vision, aka thermal vision, like some of the other models. And of course you have headlights, etc., etc.
So how do you get the Top Gun shooting?
Turn on top turret aim, and then top turret. Top turret aim just makes it follow your left hand, and then top turret is like the actual gun. The Abrams X essentially has a very similar gun to what the Apache has, which is why I just copied it.
Oh, this is fucked.
So you essentially just aim
Oh
it
my
with your left
God.
hand.
If you have an op where it's just three fucking tanks or 4 tanks, like those are the players.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That
And
is
we're just fighting
that is a
infantry
plan.
and then like
That is a plan going forward. That is a plan going forward.
So for lore reasons, I would assume that each one of these are actually only like one man. You don't need to have a whole crew running these things. Just as a thematical sense that these L13 vehicles are.
No, I still say it's okay. There's a crew running them, but the only one that you actually communicate with is the tank commander.
Okay.
And while all my tanks have the same name on it, being Big Brother, I mean, obviously for lore reasons, when you're using multiple tanks, they're going to be different ones. But the main one that, shows up is named the same thing. So, if you go to the main menu, you'll see there's an option called Smoke. If you turn that on and you do rock and roll in your left hand, like you're using the melee on some of my other models, you'll throw out a couple of smoke grenades in multiple directions that will completely blind yourself and anyone nearby you, in which case you can GTF fucking O. A neutral what? Yeah, it's called, you basically just move forward really slowly and then turn. Would probably be kind of difficult if you're on desktop, but a little bit easier if you have a controller. What I normally do when I'm trying to use a tank is I just sit in my chair, because then I can just rotate the chair, and that makes it a lot easier to act more like a vehicle.
Tink, tong, tink.
I didn't know you were chill like that. Alright, I'm going to switch to the LAV because it has one particular thing with it that makes it a little bit different. I also don't remember if I gave this night vision or not. I did not. Alright, so the unique thing with the LAV is the thing that's attached on the side of it. A tow missile launcher. So in real life, there's an actual wire that's attached to it. And then there's certain versions of it that's laser guided. But for this purpose, we're using specifically the laser guided one. When you activate it, your tow missile pod will unfold on the left side. And when you fire it, it will shoot and then follow the direction that you are looking. So if I shoot and then look to the right, it will curve and follow to the right, meaning you can make it do some really funky, weird shit and zigzag all over the place. That's essentially how that works. Everything else is pretty much the same.
You know what might be a little fun?
What?
How many more vehicles do you need to show us?
That's just these two, because everything else is pretty much just based on it.
All right. Why not
You
practice
want to have a
these
tank
a little
battle?
bit? Well, kind of, yes. But we only have one tank per side, and then it's engineers. So that way, each team has an AOD, and you guys fight it out in a siege.
Okay. Would you guys like to do that then? Because we got an hour roughly before the whole 2-hour limit for trainings is really supposed to be over. Not that that really matters, because this isn't a lab unit training, but would you guys like to do that? Yay or nay?
No, sure, why not? It'll be fun.
Getting some practice.
Yeah, I got AOD.
Then I have an idea on how I want to do this.
I
Everyone,
suggest that the AODs go in their own call, and then
yeah, I'm totally
Yeah.
doing that. All right,
That way,
everyone,
like-
go back to the where we started on the end of the road, and we're going to divvy it up into teams.
in a highway. Okay.
Okay, everyone switch to a normal humanoid model and get in a line so I can divvy people up better.
Do you want specifically L13 guys, just to get the immersion in?
What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to give some people because I have some of the Russian Vixes too. I'm probably
Okay.
going to have one side be, Lucky 13 / lab, and then the other side, be
All right. Dibs on engineer.
Cortec.
Someone else can grab a
Cortec.
vehicle.
You can go to the bed later. Oh fuck. Up.
Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to give I'm probably going to have like 2 APCs plus infantry, and then split that up into both sides because the LAV and then the BTR functionally
want it
work
to
very
be
similar.
Cortac against lab infantry, or sorry,
Yes,
infantry,
yes,
like friendly infantry. Okay. And then
that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
and we're fighting the vehicles, so that way people get, or is it vehicles on vehicles?
It's gonna be vehicles on vehicles, but then I'm probably gonna have some infantry as well.
All right.
Because there's going to be very, very few instances that you will ever send. Very few instances that you'll ever have vehicles without some sort of infantry with you. Typically, what you'll normally do is that if you're in like a full-on battle arrangement where you're having a blitzkrieg of tanks, you'll have your tanks being backed up with the APCs to be able to move faster, and then if you're trying to move extremely fast, you'll probably forego having regular infantry because you're trying to keep moving. But if you have APCs, you'll bring infantry. If you have tanks, you'll bring APCs, or kind of like that. You have collapsed the bridge. We'll no longer be able to make it anywhere now.
All right, wrap it up. Let's go home.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. How many people do I have here in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll probably have Sark help me AOD, so then it'll be 5v5.
I think you got a desktop user already. I think.
I know. I
No.
already counted them.
Okay.
I don't want an AOD.
I can change the VR real quick if you want me to.
I don't know. Do you want me AODing or?
It would be helpful.
Okay.
You're double miking.
Womp womp.
Here, Dangle.
Well, what I was probably going to do is the people who are in desktop, I was just going to have them be the vehicles because then they
Oh,
could use
yeah,
the
you know what?
vehicles.
Here, quick question. When it comes to shooting in desktop, which number of buttons is it? Because I was trying to find it, couldn't find it.
F4 is
spot,
finger
16
point,
is.
and F2 is fist.
Don't forget to do the
That's
shifts.
it.
Look,
That's
literally
not
to make a
bad, so
well rod, you
shifts,
just get a
and then
pipe
here.
and then
Yes.
a pipe and then.
So it'd be right shift F4, then right shift
Finger.
F1 when you're actually shooting. And then obviously it just aims wherever you point. The only thing that desktop people cannot do is the top gun on a lot of vehicles aims with your hand. So
Am I invisible, by the way?
yes.
Yes.
Good.
What is it, Darsh?
So, to reload the Cortac models, it's thumbs up on
Fist.
the left fist, right?
It's just thumbs up. Almost every model I have made for almost
I'm
4
just trying to
years
remember
now.
because my fucking
Thumbs
for
up.
some reason I can't thumbs up on my left controller. So, oh boy.
Then if that's the case, then just don't worry about it. Although you will specifically need to do that for the rocket launcher. So I guess worst case scenario, if you yeah, do
I'll
what
just hit
Han
reset
said. Just
avatar every time. Just
yeah. Alrighty then. So let's see. Can I get a Sona, Yamoto, Nocturnal, Fire Dog, and Boken? You will be Blue 4 over here.
We're probably running Cortex.
All right, now switching to Cortex. I'm joking. Alrighty, so this is what we'll probably do. I'm gonna give you guys you're gonna have the LAVs. So you're gonna have 2 LAVs, and the rest will be infantry. So the whole idea is you're going to coordinate with your infantry to try to take out the vehicles. I'm going to specifically not let you guys have any sort of like anti-armor, because the only way you'll be able to take out vehicles is with your vehicles. That focuses you guys to work on with your vehicles more. And for all intensive purposes, all of you guys will act, if you're infantry, you will act as if you are engineers.
Yeah. I'll just keep stimming him.
Do they? Do you guys want the engineer for L13? Or
I don't care what you guys use, regardless if you're a support or whatever. In terms of this training, you're going to be an engineer regardless. It doesn't matter. Also, I still have it. It's just a pain in the ass for me to set it up, and not half the time I'm sitting in a chair anyways, because I'm a lazy fuck. So I think this is how I have it set up. You're going to have one team lead, and that'll be the one that's going to be directing you guys. So for this circumstance, let's see. I guess I'll have Yamoto, because it does seem like he's the most talkative right now. So I'm gonna have Yamoto be your team lead.
also,
So the way I'll have it set up is 1 vehicle per 1 engineer. So for example, Boken, you're going to be tied to Nocturnal. So you're going to be listening to whatever Nocturnal says. Let's see. Fire Dog. Would you like to be the vehicle, or would you rather Sona be the vehicle? You the vehicle? Oh, you just wanted that? All right. So in this case, Sona, you will be the second LAV wherever you're at.
No.
Think of it this way: you get a bigger gun, and one that goes.
Hey, do you want an AOD instead?
Yeah, that'll work over real great.
Yeah, you want an AOD instead? Come on.
All right, fine. Yamoto, you're the Vic. You're the Vic. Nocturnal's the team lead. And you're paired to Sona.
And look, that's just.
Meanwhile, Boken, you're tied to Fire Dog. There we go. Everyone's happy. your assigned engineer is Fire Dog, meaning you are going to listen to whatever Fire Dog tells you.
So
Meaning, if he tells you
that's the case.
move over there,
We're
you
probably
move
gonna
over
all be
there.
turning to
If he tells
BTRs
you
maybe,
fuck up that
actually.
hill over there,
I'd
I don't
rather
want to look at it
coordinate and
anymore.
check
You
to
fuck up
attack.
the hill. He tells you that he doesn't
Or
want to
we
look at
support
anymore.
civilian
Most likely the two that are with
RPGs.
us.
Meanwhile,
Musket and
Nocturnal
Spider
will be
can
your
go.
team lead, and he will direct people to go where, whoever, blah blah blah. So if you guys all die, it's his fault. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, Cortex.
Now, while I was setting up those guys, did you guys figure out yourself, or would you like me guys to tell you what to do?
We got the Cortex models up preloaded and the BTRs up preloaded. We just need the rest of the actual instructions now.
Okay.
Like, are we gonna be
right.
ambushing?
I'll tell you. I'm essentially just gonna have you guys on opposite sides of the map. Your objective is to find the other team, and then kill them. So that being said, you guys will have a slight advantage because you'll know where they're starting off as. So I guess they're going to be on the defensive. Everyone who's Cortac, hit respawn. All right. Also, if you are Cortac, go into the actor call. I think Meadow is where I want you guys to be, but let me fly up and double check.
All right. How do you want to divvy up for AODing? Do you want to be in a call together so that way we can ID like?
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably just
Yeah.
have
So
us,
like, oh, my guy shot at you. Did it hit you? Yes. Then hit.
Yep.
There we go. That way it'll be more accurate.
All right, I think Lake Bed. Lake Bed is where we're gonna go. Yep. All right, everyone who is Cortac, you are to go in Lake Bed.
I'm gonna get out of my. Let me get into my pseudo AOD avatar.
Okay, so Spider. Okay, was Spider the only person who is currently in desktop? I believe Musket is too. Is he not?
I don't know if he's a participator or not. Actually, are you?
I am in desktop. I am simply recording right now, but if you need me to do something, I could shift to do
I
something.
would greatly appreciate it if you could be the second vehicle.
And we're running 2 AODs now. If we can have 3 infantry, 2 Vics per side.
Okay, what
Yeah.
Vic do
Like
you
I
want me to
said,
do?
what I'm gonna
We
have
need
it
a
as
BTR.
is yeah.
Respawn
So just
and
clone
hit
off a
Lakeside
Spider. Yeah.
or Lake Bed.
Respawn, hit Lake Bed, and then just clone off of Spider.
Spider
The
cloning.
downside is that you guys won't be able to use the top gun, but the LAV does not have a top gun, so whatever.
I've done this exact model in an event before on desktop. Actually, this is kind of funny. All right,
Fantastic.
well, my parent did too.
Okay.
Are we as
So
Cortex allowed
let's
to
see.
have RPGs?
There's no. I'm specifically limiting you guys to no anti-vehicle stuff, so that way you guys, just like them, they're forced to use the vehicles for any anti-vehicle activity.
Okay.
Alrighty. So then,
Oh wow, this map's way bigger than I thought it was.
yeah, that's why I chose it. Let's see. Which one of you 3 lucky gentlemen wants to be the overall team lead?
I could do it.
Okay. Light, you're going to be the overall team lead, meaning that you don't have direct control of the vehicles per se, but you know, you can kind of direct where you need people to be. Darj, you will be tied to Spider, meaning that Spider kind of listens to your direct instructions, you know, move over there, suppress a fire over there, etc., etc. Meanwhile, Monk, you will be directly tied with Musket. Same deal. Now, obviously, if you lose the person who's supposed to be controlling you, you can have, a Tom lead to move on your own, and then you can just kind of follow the team lead. Versus, if the team lead dies, then, you guys can kind of try to figure it out by yourself. Or, if everyone's dead except the vehicles, then, figure it out.
I have one question, Mr. Dangle.
Correct. What would it be?
Is this War Thunder or World of Tanks vehicle health?
A bit of both. You have an overall health pool, but if I see direct fire to a specific area, I will call something like your left side is damaged, you can't turn, or like your turret is damaged, you can't shoot, and you'll have to get repaired, etc., etc. However, if you just get like hit by 3 tow missiles, then yeah, you're fucking dead. All right. Any questions for me before I go and make sure the players know what they're doing?
No, I think we got the gist of it. No AT, just use their vehicles to kill their vehicles and their infantry.
All right. And
Now, I
then
would say this is more of a practice than a training, right? Or just
yeah. I mean, it's training, but it's more of just to like get people more used to like using vehicles specifically. That's why I'm
aren't those two words synonymous?
Huh?
Training and practice, aren't those synonyms?
Not necessarily. Training is specifically teaching something. Practice is more of, well, practicing what's already been taught to you. Also, I forgot you were here, Hans, because you weren't on the lineup.
Yeah, because I'm going to be running AOD.
Works for me. If you're an AOD, drop to, I guess, Vigigames.
Vigigames 1.
Alright, boys. So, I've been hearing that they're in that general direction there from their far-off shooting and shit. So we're probably going to go ahead and, like, push through the woods here, right? And then from there, we try to keep on trying to find a road. And try to go ahead and flank them.
The highway spawn. This is on the left side. If we hook a right, if we keep going up this hill, we might have an overlook position, although it'd have a lot of foliage. If we go left, it'd be farther, but I think there's a higher elevation we can look down on.
There is.
Either way, do you want to split up the element, or do you want to have the full force? The merits of staying together is that we would have alpha strike capability on any of them. If they did separate, it removes them very quick. More DPS.
What I'm trying to think of is the best way to minimize as many casualties as we can during this, because we can still pop smoke and evacuate at any point, at any time during the practice here, and then try to reposition afterwards. That's going to be a big thing. How about this, boys? Hit and run tactics now entirely. So we first go there, try to find where they're at, take them out a few times, boom, 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 boom. Spread around the explosives of the what is that? What kind of cannon is that? Someone tell me. On the BTR.
30 millimeter.
20 millimeter. 30. Sorry.
Okay, 30. So with the 30 Mike, we go ahead and shoot around them a few times. I would like to prioritize on just destroying as many of the infantry as we can, which will prevent their armor to being repaired afterwards. And then from there, let's wait until we got ready status for both the BTRs here. As soon as you guys see sight, I want you to say it. All right, that way I know. And then upon my word, you open fire. If they fire first, fire back. And we're going to go ahead and try to pop smoke and reorientate ourselves. If they see us first.
I remember saying that they were going to have like defense and we were going to be offense, but the objective is to still kill each other, essentially.
Exactly.
I'm wondering how that's actually going to play out here.
For their side, if it's not... Let's just talk in the Discord, it'll be easier. Who knows, possibly. And we might be both going offense due to this. We just know where they're at, essentially, due to metagame knowledge, essentially. And I'm still shooting over there. Right?
If they were...
You also have someone who's been on this map a couple times.
That got launched. It's not like we totally have the advantage either.
Exactly. So I want hit and run tactics here, okay, boys? See them, give me confirmations. Boom, boom, blast away, pop smoke, get the fuck out. All right? and that's how we're going to be doing it as much as we can. We clear?
Clear.
That'll be our first section of our objective. Go there, begin maneuvers, boom, boom, play it out, and we're going to go and try to go for that other point that you mentioned there, Monk. You go ahead and try to set up an ambush point at any point. All right?
We're splitting up.
Nope. That's going to be moving from point A to point B afterwards.
Okay.
All as one unit. All right. Musket, you're going to be Bravo. Spider, you're going to be Alpha. Your infantryman attaches will also be considered a portion of Bravo and Alpha.
Hey, Musket.
We clear on this?
Yes.
You said you just wanted to record the stop, right?
I personally wanted to do that, but if I need to be a vehicle, I can be a vehicle.
Nope. All right. Because they have fucking 3 AODs. I think it's stupid, so we're just gonna leave 2 AODs, and I'm gonna take your spot.
Okay. All right. Then head over to Lake Bed and clone me.
Already
You'll
here.
be taking over as Bravo, and you'll be under Monk.
All right.
Well, one important thing I'm realizing, Light Zero, is that
What's
these
having
vehicles
3
do not move
AODs,
silently,
especially one.
Most
but
likely
the
not.
Infantry do.
You think we should send the infantry as like a forward recon element?
Yeah, Musket, go hop in the AOD
Yeah.
call and listen to them, and then
Indubitably.
get some
Oh,
people
yeah,
to work.
Very,
Thank
very,
you.
very
One more,
conservatively,
please.
we should act as our recon.
All right. So you guys will be up ahead a little bit, and I'll be telling you guys to keep moving forward. All right. Give me as much information as we can. You being there the first 10 seconds up there,
Yeah.
then the vehicles
Are we
start
ready?
following. One more moment, please. Here's the game plan, Sark. We're going up there
Give us
first.
30
We're going-
seconds, it'll be good.
We're gonna go up there and shoot a few times as soon as we see the enemy. I want confirmations first that you see them before blasting. Once I hear that, you get the order to go ahead and start blasting. Boom, boom, boom. Pop smoke. We get the fuck out. Come back here. We go make a new ambush point. Hit and run tactics the entire time. We need to go now. Infantry, go.
Roger, on it.
Okay, Alpha, you need to just hang on tight here. Give them 10 seconds.
Right.
Are we allowed to traverse up here?
Yeah, don't.
Follow me if you need a guide here. Make sure to try to avoid bumper I can't really notice it right now. Or I don't notice it right now, but it'll be fine. We already got one making a lot of noise, so yeah.
Nah, you can't
Alright.
do that. Get down again.
All vehicles
you hear
back
them
down,
firing
back
over there?
down, back down.
You guys can't drive up the hill.
If you notice something too, just tell me as well. All right. We're gonna go ahead and do change of plans already. All forward recon element return back now.
Copy.
We're gonna go ahead and ford the river and cross that way instead. All right. Go back to your
Alright.
assigned Vix and get ready for maneuvers there. Vix, go ahead and go to the river and get ready to position there. Okay. I'm gonna check and see how deep I can go. We can go through first. All right.
BTRs are amphibious.
They're amphibious. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and.
I'll
with
argue
that-
it too.
Oh,
If
this
they
is
call anything,
easier.
I'll
We
argue.
can just go ahead and go through the. We can use the edges here. All right.
Just put the wake plate up. All right. We're good to go.
If we go through this valley, this is like the most direct line of contact we'll have with the enemy. I last heard him shooting over there.
Right. We're gonna go ahead and try to do that then, and afterwards we'll go ahead and try to pop smoke and get the fuck out of here. All right. Don't go too far ahead of your BTR at this moment.
I have visual on the bridge. They should be
Oh.
just over that hill if they haven't moved position.
All right. Go ahead and position yourselves where you'll be able to see the visual on that bridge. Try to use the foliage as much as you can. We're going to use that truck there as our point to go ahead and indicate. As soon as they hit the truck, or right before they hit the truck, start blasting at them, okay? That's what I meant to say. Apologies. Try to be spread where you can, preferably. If you're not able to, we'll be together. Okay.
See.
If you guys got any other ideas, please let me know too. Help me work with you so we can go work together and get this done.
Theoretically, Spider and I can go to the other side of this little dry riverbank and use that little shack as cover, depending.
It's not worth it.
Enemy has moved from their initial location. I was looking up ahead. They're nowhere to be seen. They probably moved ahead.
Dodge, you think that's a good position, that hill that he's mentioning? Go ahead and have a look, okay?
Which hill? Yeah, I'll go. I'm moving.
Light.
What's
I
up?
went over there, up on the hill, in some bushes, looked at their start point. None of them were there. I don't see or hear anything. They probably went forward on the bridge or took a right, but they're nowhere near us right now.
Go ahead and be stationed on that hill for now, all right? I want you to be eyes around our generator and our backs
Better
there,
hope.
okay? We're going to go ahead and just hang here for a brief moment. There's also the likelihood that they have yet to cross the bridge. If I am understanding that right. Yep. One thing I'm worried
I'm
about
just
right now is
watching
that they may be outmaneuvering us at the current moment.
There's
Okay.
probably there's
With-
most likely one option. I know I have some map knowledge. Is that hill that is right next to the highway? You can move around that. The one that overlooks the gas station. So there is a possible chance that they can move all the way around and past the.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna give it a few more moments here. Get the fuck out. Okay. High likelihood at this point they're not gonna come to the bridge. They either took a right or they took a left from the spawn point. We're gonna go ahead and go down this road up here. All right, we're gonna get movement going again. Sorry, boys. I'm right over here. Do you see me? You see where Sark's at? Spider? Do you see me waving? Sorry. Yep,
More
go
than
to me.
me.
We're gonna go down here. All right, we're gonna go along the coast of this forest. As soon as you are up here, we're gonna start moving.
So, like forward where I'm looking, or
Yeah, forward you're looking there, and then Monk can keep getting you. I think me and Monk have the same idea where they may have went at this point. All right, let's go down here to the right side. Or their right that they may have used.
I scouted all the way up ahead. I was like at the gas station. There is no contact.
I think we're in the middle of a big circle. What do you think, boys?
Yeah, hold on.
Go ahead, yeah. Oh, I hear it now, I think.
Yeah, I hear it now too.
Where are you at, Monk?
I'm in the bush off to your left.
All right, hold.
Contact.
All right. Pop smoke. Full fix, start popping smoke. You're backing into each other. Come on.
Spider, front armor hit.
Pop smoke. You have smoke on those things? Yeah, get the fuck out. We're getting out of this position. Hurry up.
Bradley coming down the road.
Just keep moving past. Keep moving past. Get on the other side of the hill here. Move.
I'm pinned.
Do your best, man. Just do your best. All right, get on the other side of the hill. Reposition yourselves. Start blasting where you see the last smoke
I'm actually
at.
pinned. I'm gonna need help. They're on the road. I'm actually pinned.
We'll get you going in as soon as we can. Get on top of this hill, Vix. Start blasting down the way where we pop the smokes out initially and we see contact at. Ceasefire. Oh shit, I see that tracer there. Another salvo, go. Alright. We're gonna keep that going. Dars, you're on me, alright? You guys are gonna keep providing us Overwatch cover, alright? We're gonna try to meet up with Musket, or the Monk. Alright, Monk. We're gonna go ahead and send help you to get your way right now. We're gonna go around this hill here. We're gonna try not to avoid this being seen. Just keep shooting down that general area, okay, boys? If they start hitting you dead on at any point, or they get too close, pop smoke and reposition yourselves. Can you do that?
Uh-huh.
All right. Holy shit! Back. Monk, are you alive?
Here, let's push in the river bit, get to the tunnel. Or not the tunnel, the bridge.
Go. Keep going, light.
Monk, repeat, can you hear me? Monk's KIA. Alright, so they're right next to the fucking gas station right now on the other side.
Yeah, let's stay in defilade, cross underneath.
Behind!
They're right behind us, Fire!
Yep.
Brief fire wheel at this point, edit. Ooh, shit.
Use those
Pop
fucking
smoke, we need
rockets
to
if you
fuck
got
out.
them.
Shit. Pop smoke, we're getting the fuck out of here, Sark. Good. Darsh, we're gonna go ahead and reorientate around Sark this, alright?
Yep,
I'm gonna
moving
need
to
a
you.
repair. I'm limping.
Gotcha.
Fuck!
They're right across the bridge now, just keep going down.
We need to get up here, cross.
Yep.
Oh,
Shit.
never mind.
Darsh, where you at, man?
Okay, I gotta keep moving.
Yeah, just keep going. At this point, he's considered KA now. Just you and me now. Fucking hell. One by one.
It's alright, it's alright.
Yeah, we'll make it.
Okay, we're gonna cross.
Yep. Good use of those fucking smokes, dude. Alright. Should be out of sight here.
Everyone's a mechanic, right? Or is it a specific person?
He said everyone's engineer.
Okay, I need downtime, like
Yep.
ASAP.
I'm gonna start working you. /RP repair. Beginning repairs. Open ALD sees me when I'm doing. Get in my fucking gun. /RP making repairs if any OD can hear
There's
me.
no god here. Oh, the light's here. Okay, but your light. Okay.
Here's what we're gonna need to do then, I guess. So we're gonna honor code it.
All right, I called an AOD.
Okay. Just look above our heads, please. I'm fixing.
RP/repairs.
/RP repair.
repairing.
Was it that important?
Yes.
Worthy enough to count to 30?
Yes. No, we need to make sure you know that we're repairing and counting to 30. That's why I thought we were gonna have an AOD on each team.
All right, that's been 30 seconds in total.
We're trying our best.
All right.
All right,
That's why
let's
I
get
laugh.
going. So here's what I think we can do. You already got the same idea as me. We're gonna probably take a ride here and try to orientate ourselves above them.
We're gonna
got
have
enough
to like
direction?
pincer them the best we can. We need to cross over there like as quickly as we can through the pole line. Because honestly, if I can get high ground and get depression, then we're good.
Hey, Monk,
this
are
is
you
really
dead
fucked up.
or are you just hiding?
I'm dead. I don't know
Okay,
if
It's
any
literally
of
just me and
any
light.
engagement,
It's
but-
just me and
Okay,
light.
that's
but
fine. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, me and Sona like traded, but I just called the hit, so whatever. I'm just here.
Okay, okay.
My fucking controller. What the hell's going on with it? Great, it's my right controller too. All right, you see anything? I don't.
No, not yet.
Really? Okay. What the fuck is wrong with this thing, dude? Well, at least you can.
I don't know, but this is really fucked up. Can you go up on top of that hill and scout?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
On the bridge right here. That way we can kind of match them at the highest.
I see some form of movement down there. Looks like
Okay.
it's close by some kind of
Is it
orange
back?
structure.
Is it back to where we were fighting originally? Like where we spawned?
Yeah, I think it's along the highway, actually. Yeah, and I think.
Okay. All right, come back
see the
down here.
shifting
We're
of
gonna
one
go
LEV.
around. Yep.
I can't confirm the other ones with them or not.
Okay. Let's get
All right,
going this way then.
Yep.
Okay.
I think once we go past this rock here, we would begin walking past the goddamn gas station.
Yeah, the gas station's directly to our right.
Okay, so then from that reference point, they are in that pile of cars right there before they enter the bridge. So that means if we do this just right, we could just go ahead and take a turn right here.
Yeah, I just don't want a skyline. Fuck, I don't have fucking mag viz. Shit. We just need to keep moving up on their ass.
Yep. They should theoretically be at the bridge at this point if they were just investigating there.
I hate the fact
If
that we're just
not,
trying to
they are
open in the back
probably
before you can do.
on the other side of these hills here of this road.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna advance a little bit forward over here.
I'm worried they're trying to track us down. And they're right behind us.
That's very, very possible. We kind of made it sort of obvious where we were intending to
Here,
go with
let's
the
just
smoke.
keep going then. Let's keep
Yeah.
them on that trail. I'm gonna cross. I'm not gonna smoke. Sound might give us away.
Yep.
I think I see a vehicle behind us. On the main road, behind us.
got a feeling we've been going in circles.
Can you guys confirm that?
We did. We're behind where they started now.
I'm holding my. Oh, I see it. Stand by.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Come over with me. Come over with me.
Yep. There is a slow-moving
Oh,
rocket.
fuck.
They see us. They know we're here.
Yeah, okay, I'm moving. I'm running. I'm running.
I love smoke. I love smoke.
We don't know if we took out one of the vehicles yet or not.
It's best to assume that we didn't do much, I think. I couldn't really tell if the 30s hit any infantry or not. I hate to say it's fairly doubtful us and the infantry side were able to get any kills besides like potentially Sona, but we can't really confirm. All right, I'm gonna go up there.
Meet up with the others.
Okay, got it.
They're coming down. They're coming down. Aim up there. I just heard the fucking engines. I heard the engines. It was revving up.
Shit! Whatever.
Gotta go now.
Facing
No
armor,
worries.
we're gonna back up farther.
Honestly, if they see that and they come towards it, this would be a perfect trap we can set up here.
That's exactly what I want. You need to nav me to a better holding position.
You are already at a good one right now. This is a lot of cover, right? Not cover, but
Concealment.
concealment. Yeah, that's the right word. Thank you.
Okay, do I have an exit? Do I have an exit somewhere?
If you keep going back, that's another exit. You can go to the left here, and it looks like I think it goes down to the riverbed. You can also go right, and we can keep trying to circling around them too. All right, I'm gonna go up a little. Hold on.
I want to get behind some better cover.
Go for it. I don't think we got much in the way of cover, though, man.
Yeah, over here. Big crates.
Oh, there you go.
Keep cutting out, man. I can barely understand.
All right. Woo! All right. I'm gonna get up here. Don't see jack shit. I can...
Squad.
Dang, fly like so far up that the trees like deload.
Well, I'm up fairly high. They're on their LODs.
You can go even further beyond.
Well, we're playing hit and game tactic here since you died relatively early because you got shot directly in your rear. I guess Sark is just trying to wait it out. But
We
then
wanna
they're
give,
also waiting it out.
So what do we want to do about this situation?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it 8 minutes. Go to one of the players and tell them 8 minutes until you get a victory. All right, I'm gonna call it 8 minutes. If you don't win within 8 minutes, I'm calling it as a L13/lab victory since they currently have the majority unit hold.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, I'm giving it's
boy.
8 minutes. Either
There you
Sark
go.
kills them with 8 minutes, or they kill Sark within 8 minutes.
Now I got some cover and you got some cover. Yep. Thank God. Here on. I'm gonna reposition real quick. Oh, this is Search and Destroy.
Because I'm
Yeah,
pretty
is this
sure the only person that's on their side that died was Firedog. Did you already tell them the deal with the 8 minutes? Nocturnal, you have 8 minutes. You either hold out, or 7 minutes now. 7 minutes. You either hold out for 7 minutes and survive, or kill Sark, and then you immediately win. I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to take this long. I figured you guys kind of just blitzkrieg forward, run into each other, and then I'd have to start calling hits left and right. Oh, Sark is on the move. Sarky's on the move. Oh, oh.
Let's go right.
And
Left,
Sark,
sorry.
just pop up, toe, and then run. Come on, man. I think the LAV team is just kind of trying to fan out and search at this point.
No, they're sticking together and trying to do a defensive.
Well, I mean, they're sticking together, but I think they're in like search mode. Matter of fact, I don't think Yamamoto's been hit at all this entire time, has he?
No.
Oh, Sark's coming in for the rear.
Yamamoto saw some movement.
Watch our left side, I think. Oh, shit. Tow ready. Stand by.
Oh, direct hit. Sark is immobile. Sark, you're dead. That tow missile hit you dead on. Oh, there goes Boken. Oh, there's the turret.
That's fantastic. So,
yeah,
Sark is dead, right?
Oh, shit. Okay.
El Bozo.
Fucking die.
All right, that was good. I was getting some good camera angles on everything with that.
You guys can move the infantry call too.
Good job.
Okay, so I think the fatal flaw for Cortac was they were trying to play a little bit too defensively, which allowed the LOVs to sneak up on them originally, which really screwed you guys over because that killed Spider extremely quickly. Because if you get shot in the rear multiple times immediately, like it's pretty much game over right then and there. And Sark and Light, while you guys were doing good with the idea of trying to do hit and run tactics, you never really did the hit portion. You kind of just mostly did the run. And there was a couple of scenarios where, like, I saw a clear line of sight where fucking Sark could have, like, launched one of the AT-5s at you and then
I
immediately
thought the
run away.
Cortex didn't get those. That's why I wasn't using them.
No, you don't have the Top Gun.
Alright. Womp
That's
womp.
you're on desktop.
I would dodge it anyways. Well, now.
I'm killing you,
And
Bokan.
the only thing that I limited you guys was the fact that I didn't want you guys using any sort of like rockets from infantry because I wanted you guys to directly rely on the vehicles to do stuff.
Sark, it's easy. Just listen to that next time, and you'll be fine.
Huh?
Okay, well, we're at the 10 p.m. marker here. Would you guys like to run that again with maybe slightly different variables, or do you guys want to call it here?
I'm good to call it.
I'm good to call it.
I'm good to call it here.
Yeah, because I was gonna run it with maybe tanks next time instead of the APCs. But if you guys want to call it here, we'll call it here, and we'll leave it to something another day.
I'm down to leave it for another day.
I have a question, Dangle.
Si, senor. Si, senor. Si,
Why was the mute put in command? No offense to you, Sana. No offense, but
because she wanted to use her MG. I was gonna have her be a vehicle, but she wanted to use the MG, so I said, "Fuck it, have it your way."
She didn't want to be a tank, and then I'm like, okay, fine.
They still won, didn't they?
Okay, so when someone said
they won, and I'm pretty sure Yamato, you didn't get hit at all, right?
Yeah, I had a couple of tow opportunities. Like I
just
saw
gonna- you guys. Okay, since
like,
you guys technically
yeah.
were all engineers or whatever, I'm just calling his.
Okay.
Because to be honest, he was hit with the 20 round HEAP round from a fucking BTR straight to the fucking chest. I'm sorry, man, but when you have a hole in your chest that big, I don't think I don't think Gauls is gonna cut it.
Did we get any of the infantry?
He's got it. He's got it. There ain't no amount of biofilm that's gonna fill that shit up.
You killed Fire Dog. Other than that, that was pretty much it.
Damn,
You
only Fire
injured
Dog.
Sona, but you didn't kill her.
All right. Well, it'll be always next time.
Hitting the default point.
But yeah, like I said, I think the attacking team did a really good push, which really fucked up the BTRs.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna be honest, you guys were kind of lackadaisical about it afterwards. But it ended up working to your advantage anyways. So yeah, I think everyone kind of did a decent. There's certain things you guys didn't do that well, and there's certain things that you guys did well on all sides. So yeah, I think it was an overall good experience. But yeah, I'll probably next Sunday maybe do some more vehicle training, and we'll see how it works out. Try to do something a little bit more consistent, so that way we can do the same type of mission or training a bit more consistently. Because the one problem I have with some of the trainings we do is we kind of do different things every week, so certain aspects don't really get nailed into your head. So I'll try to maybe host another vehicle thing next week, so we can get used to that a bit more before we start doing it more consistently. All right.
Same time.
Cool. All right. So, is there anything when it comes to like at least land vehicles anyway that you think maybe needs to be changed? Like you know, maybe like something with the avatar that needs to be worked with, or maybe how we tell you guys to move, or et cetera, et cetera. Any like questions, gripes, complaints, et cetera, et cetera.
I genuinely for to be Vic, because trying to do the whole like shift and then F2 or F3 is a bit funky. With but then again,
I'm gonna
that's
be
more on
honest.
me. That's more a me thing.
Yeah, I've done it a little bit consistently when I'm gonna be honest, mostly due out of laziness. So if you want to practice using it in desktop more to get used to it, then by all means do it. If you hate the way it feels, then that's cool too.
Use a controller. Honestly, it might actually help out.
I think,
yes,
Or you
Ryder?
could set up an auto
for the
hotkey
engine
script.
so that like when the fucking engine's on, he can hear me.
There's a I guess there is a whole like
Yeah, that's something I plan on doing. Yes.
Can you also add seats, like at least maybe like one for the commander, quote unquote, so that I don't have to like worry about running over Sona every 5 minutes?
I suppose
like-
I could probably do that. Maybe
Because
add,
as much
like,
as I liked having her as my commander, right? Having to turn around to see where she was, you know, so.
All right, I'm gonna cut the recording there.